Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Finding Nemo. And this movie came out in 2003 and is directed by Andrew Stanton. I mispronounce everything, and I always try, but, anyways, I do have a history with this movie. I used to watch it when I was younger, and fun fact, this was the first movie that I ever watched in a theater. So it was kind of fun being taken back to 2003 and kind of remembering my first experience with this movie and what stuck with me. And I haven't seen this movie in so long. And I also played the video game that came out on the Xbox. And I don't really remember the video game, but the movie itself was like, oh, I remember this scene and I remember that scene, but I didn't remember the whole thing as a whole. But it was just flooding back to me. I was like, wow, I remember all of this. And it was always a film that had likable characters in it that you cared about. And the movie looks nice. The animation for 2003, I think it looks good. The only parts of it that look a little weird are just the human characters, but it's a bit more forgivable because, it's during a time where that hadn't been perfected yet. And in terms of pacing, this movie flew by for me. This movie is an hour and 40 minutes, and I never once felt the runtime. I was always entertained and curious as to where it was going, and I just loved the experience of it. And like I said, the characters are likable and also fun. And Dory is a great character. She's really fun to watch. And Ellen DeGeneres, I thought she did a great job in this movie. And really, the cast is really great in this movie and brings the movie up a lot. And I like the character Gil. He's a fun character, voiced by Willem Dafoe. He always does a great job, and the music also added a lot to the film. And I like the theme of loss is inevitable, that's been explored throughout many different films and has been talked about with this movie a lot. And this movie also does a great job at subverting expectations at certain scenes, and also with movie references, I thought those were always fun. And when I was a kid, all those movie references went over my head. But in this movie, I definitely picked up on them. And I was like, oh, yeah, I recognize that, or at least most of them. There might have been one or two that I missed, but probably because I haven't seen that specific movie. But there was a Psycho reference that was pretty funny. There were adult jokes in this movie as well. I liked those and picked up on them. And there was actually a point in the movie that I never noticed upon any other viewing, but I think it's because I was watching the movie with subtitles that I noticed this. And this was one portion that did not have subtitles to it. But when the dentist character is working with a patient and he just goes over to the window, I forget why, and then he comes back to him, and the person that he says he addresses him as Prime Minister. I was like, Prime Minister? Did I hear that correctly? I'm like, oh my God, that's hilarious. And I also enjoyed the moments of action in this movie. I thought that they were really well handled and you could see everything clearly, and it had a great energy to it, and really just delivers on what you would want, I feel. And the only parts of this movie that didn't work for me were just some aspects of the story that just felt a bit forced. When Marlene says that, yeah, it's okay to do whatever you want to this whale creature or whatever, and just say whatever you want, and then ultimately bad stuff happens, and it's just blaming Dory. I was like, you gave her permission to do this. What are you talking about? And this is just a movie that's really close to my heart, ultimately, and I'll always come back to this movie whenever I can, and it was just a great experience for me, and it's nostalgic for me, so I would definitely recommend it. I don't like it as much as Toy Story 1 and 2, but I thought it was great overall, and it's a great kids movie, so show it to kids. I think it's okay, even if there's a couple of parts of it that are a bit disturbing and might scare some kids, but all in all, I do think it works pretty well for what it's going for. And there's still some Pixar movies that I've yet to review and talk about that I haven't seen in a while. Like The Incredibles, I haven't seen that in forever. But I would like to come back to it. Same thing with Wall-E. Check this movie out, and It's awesome. I love it, and I'll come back to it. So, like I've said already, I don't really have much else to say about it. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give Finding Nemo an 8 out of 10. You might be wondering why I didn't rate it higher. Not because it does anything particularly awful or just something that's really dragging it down for me. It's just that there's other movies I've seen that I like a lot more. It's just one of those. And Toy Story 1 and 2 are some of those movies. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Finding Nemo, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Finding Dory. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.